Now this morning I'm going up to the wool board at Muckamore with the wool that's been lying in the shed here, and it should have been away long ago. So we're getting hitched up, stitched up and away. So that's us just stitching the wool up here, sewing it up. We're not putting labels in or anything. There's a wee label goes in with your name and all on it, but when you're delivering it by hand, they scan it right away, so you don't need to go through that. Anyway, there you are. There's your needle. Now, I'm up at Muckamore with my 3 bags full, sir, of wool. And I'm just going to drop them in here. There's lots of wool lying around in there. Your wool's brought in onto the weigh bridge there, then it's weighed up and logged. This is the grading table here. Wool comes in from the farm onto the table and is graded. So the wool's graded, loaded into your tubs like this here. Then the tub is wheeled in here. This one's empty, obviously it's just been emptied. She goes up and tipped in at the top of the machine, falls down in, then it's compressed in this bale here and a plastic wrap on it. And these wire hooks are threaded in through, and then the pressure released off, and that gives us, do you know how many tons of pressure we have on, or how much? Haven't a clue? Well, there's a good honest answer. The wire's just threaded in through these little holes here, and it has an eye on both ends. And when the pressure is released from those 2 rams, the bale springs up and tightens in the wire. Is it busy or quiet?
Times are always busy. There's always, if the grader's is going, I have to go, sort of thing.
Yeah. Now, where do you see when the pressure's let off here? There must be some serious pressure on that. So all the wool that's wrapped here is ready to go to the auction, the online auction. Now this is us in the shed, and this is all the farmers' wool in here to be graded. That'll keep them going till maybe middle of March, they said, or into the new year anyway. And according to the boys there, an awful lot of the wool hasn't come in yet. So I remember last year the girl told me that you could hardly get a wee passageway to walk down here whenever it all comes in. So that keeps them grading all over the winter. Hey! There's a few pirates on the harbour here still.
Hey, Barbara.
Barbara's good. She's at home. I'm just going hedge cutting here, but I just thought I better catch a wee bit of this on the way. So I'm just taking you into one of the little units here where they're displaying all the model boats that have been made off boats that were in Portavogie and elsewhere. That looks good. Right, Sammy, this is a great display. Explain to us what it is.
It's to do with local fishing boats that's here, look-alike boats we've been building over the years for the owners of the boats, and there's other ones just out our head. But we've been at it a good wee while, 40 some years now, and this here is the first one. About 46 years ago. That's the first one I built. She's timber planks. That's the second one there. Another blue one up there. That's the third boat I probably built. And the one up at the top there, that's just a look-alike. That's my own boat. The first.
This B179?
Yes, that's the first big fiberglass hull boat. I fit it out, and they're radio controlled. Some has electric motors, and some has petrol engines. This one here is in the harbour. Bill Coffey had her. Jim Thompson owns her now. This one here, Bill Coffey owns her. She's in the harbour. This one here is just out of my head. This is the boy Stuart, James Orr, skipper there. He gave her to the primary school. This one here is a look-alike too. It was in Portavogie Harbour. And this here is another one. This is another one myself with a Honda Strimmer engine. And this is another one here I built as well, so it is.
So this on the ground here, I'm looking at a fishing net. So
Aye,
behind the boat.
yeah, they're towing two nets, twin rigging. They're towing two nets here. And Norman Kelly, that was ex-skipper, him and the son builds the boats, and he made the nets and repairs nets for the fishing fleet here at the minute. Still doing it. He's a retired fisherman, Norman Kelly, and he made this here for the small boats. And they're doing the beach here along the shallow water sandy beach, and they're catching wee flatfish, wee flukes.
Right.
So they're.
So this boat here, Sammy, the boy Stuart, how
Yep.
long roughly would that have taken you to complete?
Well, it's hard to say. If you're doing a look-alike, it takes you half as long again for the scale out and take pictures, and it's different to this boat here as well. You see there's a lot more deck,
The Golden Strand, there's just a lot more detail.
a lot more detail and stuff in there. And for the look-alike boats, them two there, it's a lot harder. And you have to take photos and go down to the boats and take measurements.
Yeah.
And put it into your scale.
So how long do you allow for a project like that, roughly, just?
Well, one like this here probably 4 40-hour weeks.
Right.
But-
So it's a long time.
And that's here probably maybe 5. It's hard, you know, what you have to do is you do a wee bit and you go away and leave it. Because if you don't do that there, you try the shortcut maybe, and maybe you get a wee bit careless and doing the thing, and you have to go back and recover it again.
Guess who's working down here today?
We have a hydraulic tree shear here on a 9-ton Komatsu digger, and we're just using it. The machine basically clamps round the branch and moves forward with it into the blade, and it's just like a big pair of secateurs on steroids, and then you can rotate the branch around to present it well for feeding into the chipper whenever we start clearing up. Have to watch because we have a greenhouse on the other side of this, so we don't want any smaller branches breaking off coming through the greenhouse. Use this for removing trees or reducing them. As you can see, it makes my life a heck of a lot easier. Just taking it out in wee pieces because we don't want to have a bit drop off and hit the greenhouse. So you have 2 sets of controls here. One opens and closes the grab pushes the branch up against the blade, and then the other control rotates the grab to get it into position for where you want to place the stuff or grab it. It would be very tempting to use those tree shears to remove Ivan's head from his shoulders.
Do you suffer from migraine headaches? Contact CMD Tree Services for immediate relief. Plates, you can see there that black plate on the ground. That keeps your table up so that she doesn't bury herself into the soil. It automatically keeps the head a certain height. but you can bypass it and do it manual. I'm not quite sure which one she's in at the minute. It's a beautiful day for combining. The sun's up, hot, and a breeze blowing. This trailer's near full, but I'll have to come and pick her up soon. But the smell of air freshener and perfume in this tractor would knock you down. Now this is a beautiful, quaint farm and there's a great history with it, but I'll have to get the owners to tell you that story themselves. But there's a lovely little farm dwelling now. It's no longer a dwelling, but lovely stonework. I'll take you up and show you it. Now this is the beautiful old farmhouse, and it just takes you back in time. Sort of coin stones in the corner here. It's built on the rock. This would have been the living area here, and perhaps a bedroom, the next window or doorway, and then that would have been a cattle shed, the byre at the end. Beautiful old place, generations come and gone. It all tells a story, a snapshot in time. Anyway, folks, I'm heading off to my next job. Where's that Jay going? Jay! Where are you? I'm cutting for a farmer here, and it's a rocky, rolly little nap of a field, and it's called Knockdo. But the amazing thing at the top of this hill, hello girls, is that you can see all round the countryside. And as I was cutting over the far side of the hill this morning, I could see 4 or 5 combines sitting in the field, still waiting for the dew to lift. Cut. So she can lift her suspension away up. See the height she's going, you can go over the gate post with your table. But will it go over the top of this car? Just need to be careful and not forget about those concrete posts down there. He's just going to the next field here anyway, so. Well, that's me done. I was just tidying up the hedge into my holiday house here. Come on, Jay, we're going home.